Welcome to the lesson about using the slope formula in coordinate geometry. Our essential question: how can we use the slope formula to solve problems? And by the end of the lesson, you should be able to review the slope formula and apply the slope formula to problems in coordinate geometry. Here's just a review of the slope formula. Slope equals m equals rise over run, and it also equals the change in y divided by the change in x. The change in y is the vertical change or difference, and the change in x is the horizontal change in distance between 2 points. I'm sure by now you're very familiar with finding the slope of a line. Now, let's remember that there's two possibilities, or special case possibilities, I should say. There's infinite possibilities of what the slopes of two lines could be, but two important ones are if they're opposite reciprocals, which means, say I have 2 is the slope of 1. The opposite means it's negative, and reciprocal means instead of 2 over 1, it's going to be 1 over 2. Another example, if it's 3 over 7, the opposite reciprocal will be negative 7/3. If that happens, that means the two lines are perpendicular. And when that happens, there's a 90-degree angle or a right angle. So this can help us in coordinate geometry by two sides. If two sides have slopes that are opposite reciprocal, then we know that that interior angle is 90 degrees. And we also know that they are perpendicular. So that can help us classify polygons. If two slopes are the same, then the sides are parallel. So equal slopes means that the sides of a polygon are parallel, which again can help us identify parallelograms, trapezoids, and other types of quadrilaterals and polygons. Here we have an example of when two lines are parallel. If we have a line, say, passing through -1, -1, 2, -1, -2, and 1, 2, and another line that passes through -2, 0, and 0, 4, we're going to take 2. So if we have -1, -2, 1, 2, I'm going to make this y2, this y1, this would be x1, and this would be x2. So y2 minus y1 over x1 minus, x2 minus x1. Simplify, you get 2 plus 2 over 1 plus 1, you get 4 over 2, you get 2. Now, we can make this y2, x2, y1, x1, substitute them in. 4 minus 0 over 1 minus a -2 is actually plus 2. So 4 over 2, and that simplifies to 2. So those two lines were parallel. Now we're going to look at two lines that are perpendicular. So I've got 0, -4, -1, -7. Make this x1, x1, y1, x2, y2. Substitute those in. Y2, y1, x2, x1. Do the math. -7 plus 4 is -3, -1. -3 divided by -1 simplifies to 3. And then if I have x1 here, y1, x2, y2, so 2 minus 0, and then -3 minus 3, I'm going to get 2 over -6, which reduces to -1/3. They are indeed opposite and reciprocals, therefore those two lines are perpendicular. So how can we use the slope formula to solve problems? Well, with coordinate geometry, we can use it to determine whether lines are parallel. and whether certain sides actually are parallel and certain sides are perpendicular, which will tell us about interior angles. And this will just help us classify quadrilaterals and other polygons. So just again, go ahead, copy this down, make sure you have it in your notes in case you need to reference it. Go ahead, start your assignments for this lesson. If you need any help, meet me in the Math Cafe. I'm in there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 11 a.m. If you need further assistance, Math Cafe is open from 9 to 3 every day with a teacher in there willing to help you out. And if you have any specific questions, make sure you contact me, BBIM, email, phone, whatever's easiest for you. Make sure you tune in next lesson where we'll be discussing how to use the distance formula.